Hello and welcome back to more Football Manager 2019 with me, Mr. Grand 2, and episode 36 of Monaco. And this is the second of our bonus episodes over the summer with the French national side, and we'll get to them in a minute. But we have got some Monaco news first and foremost, and we've made some transfers. There's been some ins and there's been some outs, and I'm not going to show you those yet. You're going to have to wait till the next episode to find out those ones. But there's some other news as well that I need to tell you because I'll probably forget it unless I say it now. So firstly, we have had the stadium is going to be, by the end of the season, expanded up to, I think, about 18,500 seats. Something like that. It's going to cost 2.2 million. Not that much, but it's a start. And it will move us all the way up exactly 0 places on this list. I mean, it's a start, like I said, but we're still quite some way behind some of the other teams in the division. Teams considerably lower in stature to us, but have considerably more fans. But, you know, baby steps. They've finally done the end of season awards as well, and Thomas Tuchel has won Manager of the Year for some reason, even though PSG won literally nothing all year long. We had a higher win percentage than them. We broke the record for number of wins. Apparently, that's not good enough, even though we were predicted to come second and PSG were predicted to come first. And, well, it was flipped. So, yeah, explain this one to me. Absolutely ridiculous. Far better, though, is that Best Player award has gone to that man, Robert Skov, fully deserved after his exceptional season last year. Best player in the division, ahead of Kylian Mbappe, ahead of Neymar. I can't really disagree with that. I think he's been phenomenal. And another fantastic season next year would be welcome. Alban Lafont also won Goalkeeper of the Season, his second year running for that award, which is nice to see. And the star team of the season, there's 2 different team of the seasons, I'm not sure why, but the star team of the season, Balde and Skov both in this, as well as Matthias de Ligt. In the other team of the season, Balde's not in it, but the other 2 are. Explain that one. But now we turn our attention to the French national side and the Confederations Cup 2021. And as you can see, we've played the group stage and it was a complete domination from us. 3 wins from 3. We started off with a 3-1 win against Colombia. We took the lead late on in the first half, a driving run from Thomas Lemar after Djibril Sidibe's throw-in, giving us the lead. And then just before half-time, we doubled it. Throw-in came in, eventually came its way to Blaise Matuidi, who smacked that one home. In the second half, a corner in from Lemar caused chaos in the Colombian penalty area, eventually shoved in by Rafael Varane. The game was pretty much over at this point, but then they did get a goal late on. Martinez with the finish, assist there from Garcia, who is a player we've signed this summer at Monaco. The game against New Zealand was pretty much a procession. We took the lead through a surprising source of Aymeric Laporte, cracking strike from him. The next 2 goals, both unfortunate own goals from New Zealand, and that meant that by half-time we were in a very commanding 3-0 position. Second half, Thomas Lemar scoring from a free kick to make it 4, and then late on we absolutely wrapped things up. Ousmane Dembele making it 5, and it was game, set and match long before that though. And then the final group stage match was a dead rubber as far as we were concerned. Wissam Ben Yedder getting the goal, played a bit of a rotated side, and it was a pretty simple win. Which brings us to the semi-final. Our opponents will be the United States of America. They made it through along with Australia. Surprisingly, Italy, the European champions, have been knocked out. They lost to the USA in the final game 6-0. Senegal also being pretty heavily beaten in all of their matches. So maybe not necessarily this is going to be an easy result. But so the French FA do expect us to win this competition, and I think really in terms of quality we should be doing it pretty easily. This is the team that is going to be facing the United States. It is the team that played in the Nations League final, I believe, for the most part. Lloris is going to be in goal, Hernandez, Laporte, Varane and Sidibe at the back, Mbappe and Lemar on the wings, Matuidi and Pogba in the middle with Fekir and Griezmann up front. We have so many options to bring on if need be. I mean, the fact that Kante is not in this team, that Ben Yedder is not in this team, Tolisso is not in this team, Dembele is not in this team, and then so many players not even in this squad, like Moussa Dembele, Luca Dean. I mean, there's so much strength and depth for the French team. It's crazy. And so plenty of threats in this USA team. They might not be as talented as the women's side, but still some dangerous players. Weston McKenzie, a decent player. Christian Pulisic, of course, going to be the main threat in attacking midfield. But we have enough quality to easily defeat the USA here, and I think anything less than that I'm not sure the French FA are going to sack me if we don't win the Confederations Cup, but certainly it would be an embarrassing turn-up of events with Australia, South Korea and the USA the only teams standing in our way at present. Well, not the most ideal start. Thomas Lemar is having to go off injured. I mean, luckily we have got so many options to bring on, so Dembele can come on for him. Corner comes in from Fekir, looking for the head of Laporte, headed just wide. And at half-time, a very disappointing first half. Absolutely nothing doing in terms of goals. No opportunities really for the United States, but it's a pretty lackluster play from us. South Korea 3-0 up against Australia in the other tie, so they will be the team we face in the final, assuming we get there, which is not certain yet. Free kick from Christian Pulisic, headed away by Laporte, and Fekir now can run. He's being chased, but he's got Griezmann and Mbappe in loads of space. If we can find him, we do find him, and Kylian Mbappe does indeed show his class and open the scoring. Brilliant counter-attacking goal from us there, all about the run from Fekir, and great positioning from Griezmann and Mbappe to know how to stay on side. They realised where Mbappe was, and he slots in with a pretty easy finish past Yarborough in the USA goal. Well, possible opportunity for us to put this one to bed. Matuidi found Fekir. His intervention was essential. Mbappe's shot is blocked, and he's now been fouled. And we've got a penalty, which Paul Pogba is going to take for us. And he puts it down the middle. And for once, that actually works. Paul Pogba scores 2-0 to France, and we are looking good for a trip to the Confederations Cup final. Corner in from Heidman, looking for John Brooks. It's bounced, and it's been shuffled in by Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie. I always call him Weston McKenzie. I've been getting his name wrong for years. Now I know how Homer Simpson feels. But there we go. It's 2-1. Not over yet. Another highlight. I thought this was dead and buried. I've made my substitutions. Anthony Martial. Can he seal it? He's found Griezmann. He does seal it. Anthony Martial. Griezmann with the shot. Saved well by the goalkeeper. And Martial's there for the rebound. And the brief USA fight back dies a death straight away from kickoff, and we should have booked our place in the final. And that is that. A fairly routine win in the end, a slight scare at the end there, but we had enough quality to make it count, and we'll be playing South Korea in a few days' time. Well, a 6-3 win for South Korea in the end. They were 3-0 up at half-time, but a bit of a fight back from the Aussies, and some late goals needed from South Korea to make it safe. Well, unfortunately, Thomas Lemar is going to be out for the next 3 weeks, so he will miss the final. Although the game is telling me he's going to miss World Cup qualifiers, which makes absolutely no sense because they're not until September, which is more than 3 weeks away. Slight bug there. Sports Interactive, slight bug. But anyway, disappointing that a player of his quality is going to be missing out. Well, somewhat inconveniently, the final of the Confederations Cup comes on the same day as our first pre-season friendly against Bayern Munich. A bumper crowd expected in the Principality for that one. But we're more interested in a bumper crowd here in Melbourne for the Confederations Cup against South Korea. Thomas Lemar obviously bitterly disappointed to miss out of this one. We're going to have to remove him from the team altogether, but we've got plenty of replacements for him. We're going to bring in Ousmane Dembele to start in this one. Pogba, Fekir, Sidibe not looking the picture of fitness. Fekir is still a little bit unhappy. He wants to leave Lyon desperately. I would sign him if he was a bit cheaper and I could find a guaranteed way of offloading Alexander Golovin, but I don't think that's going to happen. Possibly, but unlikely. So the team is exactly the same then as the team that played the semi-final, save for that change you've just seen of Thomas Lemar dropping out and Ousmane Dembele coming in. Plenty of danger men, of course, for South Korea. Song Hyun-min, of course, being the absolute main one. But they have threats all over the pitch, and it's going to be a difficult game. They beat Australia with a massive scoreline in the previous round. So, not going to be easy, but I think given the fact we are world champions, Nations League champions, we've got to be the favourites going into this one, and I expect our quality to show once again. First highlight of the match, 17 minutes in, and it's us that have the ball. This pitch is like, we're so far away from it. I don't understand. Pogba with a shot. I think he hit the top of the crossbar. The pitch is massive. And 33 minutes on the clock, and Antoine Griezmann has gone off injured, which is, I've just had notifications about Mbappe wanting to come off and Varane wanting to come off. So I was expecting it to be one of them, but instead it's Griezmann who's gone down. What's he got? Potential thigh injury. Sounds bad. Luckily he doesn't play for us at a club level, so I'm not too disheartened. We'll bring on Ben Yedder because he scored in the group stage against South Korea, so hopefully he can repeat that for us here. Free kick from Fekir, and just before half-time, literally seconds before the end of the injury time of this first half, Nabil Fekir with a free kick into the corner of the goal. Kim Dong-yong in the goal. Not really the most convincing of goalkeeping, I would think, but I don't really care. We've got the lead, and we go into half-time with the advantage. That was the only one of only two highlights in the entire first half. I cannot get over how massive the pitch is here. The players look like ants. We shouldn't get complacent. Obviously, we did have a goal conceded against us in the semi-final, but I think we've probably got enough defensive quality to see this one out. I say this as South Korea coming forward. Song is on there, and Son Heung-min shoots into Lloris's hands, who forces a save. But a reminder of the danger, the threat that they have. Son, of course, incredibly dangerous player. While time is ticking away here, I'm going to make some substitutions. Mbappe's going off, as is Fekir. They're looking a bit tired, but with 10 minutes left, 12 minutes left, we should be all right. Sidibe with a throw-in, looking for Ben Yedder. It's come out to Tolisso, back to Laporte, and can we get ourselves a second to seal this? Matuidi, I thought it was Matuidi, Martial with an absolutely cracking goal. The assist was by Matuidi. That's what confused me. Very similar names, especially when they're so small. I can't read. I need my eyes tested apparently. But no, I think it's just because it's just absolutely microscopic. But a classy looped finish from Anthony Martial. The assist from Blaise Matuidi, and it's 2-0. And in one of the most dull finals that I can ever remember, up there with the Champions League final of this year, it looks like it's going to be another trophy for us, another trophy for the French national side. Dembele with a late corner. Matuidi, definitely Matuidi this time, flicks it on. It's come to Tolisso, Laporte, and Martial. He's only been on the pitch for about 20 or so minutes, and less than that, I think, and he's bagged himself a brace. Very nice camera angle here. Don't see this one too often, but some nice exchange of play. And Martial with just a complete nonchalant finish. Absolutely nonchalant into the bottom corner. And we have a 3-0 lead. It is done and dusted. We are champions of the Confederations Cup. Well, there we are. An excellent result. Not necessarily the most high profile of tournaments, but it's still a nice one to win, and that sets us up nicely going into the new season. And as we continue our World Cup qualification campaign with France, that will be coming up, of course, December next season, barring something absolutely calamitous whereby we don't qualify. I don't think that's going to happen. A 3-0 win in the friendly against Bayern Munich as well. Very nice way to start pre-season. You can't see any of the new transfers in that. No spoilers, I'm afraid. But that is going to be the end of the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, where next time we will be going through the transfers that I've made so far and ones still yet to be made. And we'll be playing the Trophy des Champions at the end of July. It will be against Saint Etienne, because they, of course, won the Coupe de France. PSG, with a very disappointing season again. I'd expect that they're going to go out and spend absolutely eye-watering amounts of money once again in their bid to try and stop us from winning 4 league titles in a row. Obviously next season we are looking to really try and win the Champions League. It's been 3 years, we've come very, very close, particularly in the second season, of course, losing on penalties. We were one successful Matthias de Ligt penalty away from winning against Spurs, but it would be nice to win. But actually my main target, I just want to win the Coupe de France. I can't believe we've not won it so far in the save, but that's one of my aims for next season. But really the main aim, of course, is to win the league title once again. But that is going to be the end of the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next episode where we go through those transfers, and I will see you next time.